Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another Saturday Night Live stream with your boy. So happy to be hanging out with you all this beautiful Saturday evening. A beautiful Saturday evening for a Dynasty startup mock draft. We got news right before the show that Aaron Rodgers has re-signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no, Joe, I cannot see the future. I did some frantic thumbnail changing after I saw the news break. Threw that on there. Get a few extra people in the stream who want to know what this means. What does it mean that Aaron Rodgers is back with the Pittsburgh Steelers? What does it mean? We'll get right into it. So I am not on that thing. Bang. Sources. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers have now reached an agreement on a one-year deal. Shocker. Rodgers is officially reuniting with the Steelers and their new head coach, Mike McCarthy, for the 2026 season. Now, what does it mean? What does it mean? It doesn't mean much, folks. Pittman value going up, says Joe. Potentially Pittman value up. I think that I've said many times this offseason on multiple programs, my channel, the streams with Zach, that I think that it's Pittman over Metcalf pretty easily in 2026, and therefore for Dynasty. I just think that Pittman is much more of a Aaron Rodgers type of receiver, right? The more finesse, timing, be where he needs to be kind of guy instead of the I'm going to beat you with size and speed. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this is obviously better for everybody in Pittsburgh than if it was Drew Aller. I think that's pretty clear. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because I think that a Mike McCarthy offense is very different than a Arthur Smith offense, and I don't think we should expect the same like heavy tight end usage. That kind of stuff. I think Jeremy Bernard probably gets on the field a good amount as a rookie, which is exciting for him. Let me go back through the comments before we get started here. Joe Blacko, you're the GOAT, my man. Bought Brian Thomas Jr. in a league for Ricky Pearsall, the 112, and Michael Wilson. I mean, I love it. Here's my 3/4 for your $100 bill, sir. Good deal. What is going on, Rick? How do we feel about Stowers? He's going round 10 in my 2.2 point tight end premium. Okay, well, where do I have Mr. Eli ranked? Let's find out. Because we can do the math here for you, Rick. No, it's Joe. It's not Rick. Stowers, I have ranked at numero 100. So if my, I don't want to do math. What's 100? 100 divided by 12. That's like what, 8? 8.3. So he's there in round 10, dude. That's such a good value. Hopefully the Jets get a quarterback soon. I agree. That would be awesome. I can see the future. I predicted Aaron Rodgers would return to Pittsburgh. People, nobody thought it was going to happen, but I predicted it. Saturday Night Showtime. Another snooze season incoming, says Wyatt. What is going on, Wyatt? Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be particularly exciting. Jalen Warren, Rico Dowdle. I know that I'm drafting a heck of a lot of Michael Pittman in best ball, though. He's going like 2 rounds behind. He's going 2 rounds behind DK Metcalf on Underdog right now, and I don't understand it at all. I don't understand it even a little bit. Remember my Cam's got a boo team review last week. I got another 27 pick thrown in with Cam. So you're getting. Okay, wait. Cam's got a boo a 2027 second. A 2027 third for Bryce Young and Christian Watson. Yeah. Wait, which side are you? I'm taking Cam Scatterbo. I'm taking the Cam Scatterbo side every day of the week. By the way, everybody who's filing in, the link to join the mock is in the chat. If you scroll up a tiny bit, I'll put it in again. Join the mock. We have like nobody in here right now. So join up. Join the mock. Let's talk about it. Let's go through a mock here. Yeah, so I am taking the Cam side of this very, very easily. Very easily. What's going on, Wild Dog? Josh, should I give up JMO and Tootin for Tyson? I would not do that. You know, Josh, I think a lot of people, potentially a bunch of the creators on the site, would say that that's a good idea. I am just sky high on Jameson Williams. I don't think the gap between him and Jordan Tyson is Bashal Tootin sized. So I would be keeping the JMO Tootin side for that. Christian, what is going on, my man? Oh, Deshaun Watson. There's a vague memory of Cam's Gotta-Boo. But I mean, we look at so many trades, and you'll learn this about me. My memory on stuff like that is absolutely horrendous. But yeah, that's an absolute smash for Scatterbo, of course. Rick knows. Rick knows. Our resident Las Vegas Raiders fan. Rick, did you see Fernando Mendoza's cute little smile in the rookie premiere picture? That was pretty cool. I thought he looked very on brand. So yeah, we're gonna get into a startup mock here. A few more spots left to fill. I'm in at the 4 hole. 4 spots left. So hop in the mock. Please help me fill it. We'll do 2, maybe 3. And yeah, any questions that you have as well. Trade questions, macro dynasty. We got a little fun and wild at the end of last week's stream, talking about some dark horse candidates for number 1 overall finishes at every position. That was fun. If you have any more fun questions like that, I'm happy to go through those as well. Christian, I leave for vacation tomorrow. Had to tap into a live before I dipped. Shout out, Christian. Where are you going? God, vacation. I'm my next planned trip is Austin in August for the Flock League draft. That's gonna be a blast. Oh, you mean the baby goat? Yeah. Mendoza, man. Okay, Wyatt's got a question. Kincaid, a late 27 first. I don't care about the 4th. Or Higgins. So you're gonna have to tell me which Higgins this is. I imagine it's T. I would assume it's T Higgins, but T Higgins, a late 27 second, a mid 27 third, 12 team start 12, deep lineup, 0.75 tight premium, teams in a rebuild. I don't really care about Kincaid. It is T. I like getting a first for T Higgins. Sending a second and a third. You know what? I'm fine with that. I'm fine getting off of Higgins. I'd rather get a different asset than Kincaid, but I like getting a first for Higgins. I don't think you'll get more than that during the season. Going to Italy, fired up. That's awesome. Never been before. I went to Italy, oh my God, what, 10 years ago now? Family trip when I was like, must have been like 11 or 12. Really nice. I have no answer on the Flock League, but I now work for the site. So I'm going on the trip as a member of the flockfantasy.com team, but I have no news about the Flock League. Okay, Joe, here's what I'm going to do. I want to do these at the end. Are we full? 4 spots still. 4 spots. And we have... Can I see the... I know we got more than 12 people in here. Even if you're going to be autoed by the end of the draft, if you can only stay for 30 minutes, that's fine. Hop in. Hop in. I'm going to post this in the Discord. Let's get this mock filled and we can start going. All right. Yeah, so Joe, I want to answer this question, but I want to wait until... Well, you know, we have dead air right now. We'll wait for this, Phil. Who are your unpopular fades at every position? Jackson Dart, you're afraid he's fool's gold. It's not Jackson Dart for me. Of course, I love Jackson Dart. Unpopular fades at each position. Okay. Quarterback. Give me... I don't really have a big fade at quarterback. I'm kind of like at market everywhere. You know what's one thing? Like, I think the market has gone a little crazy on Cam Ward. I just like... Look, like I'm thinking I have my running back rankings post-draft will be out on Monday most likely. I'm going to do quarterbacks and tight ends after that. I'm thinking about this CJ Stroud versus Cam Ward thing a lot. Because, like, has Cam genuinely done anything to deserve being ranked above CJ Stroud? I don't know that he has, and I feel like people are way higher on. Like, people are putting Cam in, like, the Jordan Love and, like, the around Mendoza and Dak. Like, Mendoza, we haven't seen it yet, obviously. We've seen Cam struggle. I think Cam's going to be great. I just feel like it's gone too far. 3 spots left. At running back, unpopular fade at running back. From a redraft perspective, Jonathan Taylor, and I guess from a dynasty one as well. I worry that, you know, the Colts are just not going to be very good. And he just struggles when the Colts are bad. Wide receiver. Unpopular fade at wide receiver. Unpopular. Zay Flowers maybe, but I'm not really fading him. I'm just a little... This is tough because unpopular makes it... changes things, right? Maybe Zay. Maybe Ted McMillan. Could be Ted McMillan. Obviously, you guys, know my concerns there about the Panthers offense. You see Tate and Singleton. Yeah, dude, those blue jerseys look fire. I'm hoping for Kincaid to come out and play well the first... Yeah, you can absolutely flip him. I mean, I worry Kincaid just doesn't ever look good again. But yeah, it's a good strategy. Dot needed. What's going on, my man? Are you in the mock? Get in the mock if you're not. 3 spots left. Dart's a weird one because I think that we haven't like fully seen... Like, it's weird. Like, a lot of his production came off of rushing last year, right? He's going to need to be more solid as a passer for that... for him to be a long-term starter in the league, right? I'm fading Kyron Williams this year. I see Blake Corum taking over. Same with Dobbins. I got Harvey taking the spot. You will hear my Kyron Williams versus Blake Corum full thoughts on the running back rankings on Monday. But I tend to be on the other side of that. Everybody's out on Kyron. Moved him for the 103. Okay, in that case, yeah, I'm taking Tate over Kyron Williams, of course. Mendoza Ward conversation is great, both first overall picks, and similarly bad, but moving in the right direction teams. It'd be hard to be bullish on one over the other. I think that here's the thing. We haven't seen Mendoza be bad in the NFL yet, right? And they were very similar level prospects. Like, neither of them is like the Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams level of prospect, but they're both very good, worthy of the first overall pick. We haven't seen Mendoza be bad. We've seen Cam play poorly. And Mendoza's coming into a situation with Genty and Bowers. Like, Cam just didn't have anywhere close to that in year one. He doesn't have it now. Agree on Dobbins. Just think Coleman will take over instead of Harvey. Broncos backfield is so weird. Dart did have a 0-point performance. He did. It was the Vikings in what, week 15, I think? Let's see, did I snipe that? I think it was week 15. Oh, it was 16. I was close. 0 points for Dart in week 16. 13 attempts for 33 yards and no touchdowns. He ran for 7 yards on the ground. Just a disaster. Nick, what is going on? Join the mock if you haven't already. 2 spots left. Link I will post once again in the chat. Would you trade Lamb for Tyson Lemon in a 27 first? Would be 4-7. That's Tyson or Lemon, you're saying? Tyson or Lemon. If it's Tyson or Lemon and a 27 first, that's going to be mid. Oh, that's tough. I feel like CD is still like 2.5 firsts. Can I get like a little bit more? A tiny bit more, a little sprinkle on top, like a second round value, an upside shot. Like, can I get like another late first in this class, or can I get a second next year? Is what I would want to add on to that. Ward was it? No, Ward definitely improved after the bye, 100%, 100%. I think hope that Kubiak has the Cohen effect about him and everything on the offense is just next level. It definitely could be a lot better. Kubiak obviously did wonders with the Seahawks. He was really good before that in New Orleans. Ward is much better second half, and team was really bad. We shall see this year the better sample with the exactly. And hopefully Brian Daboll can produce a functional offense. I just think it still is a lot of projecting. Like, it still is a lot of projecting with Cam. But I guess it's a lot of projecting with Mendoza as well. Because we obviously haven't seen it, even if we haven't seen him be bad. Maybe I need to think about this more. Maybe Cam should move up. And obviously he's not far away from these guys, right? Like, these solidified starters here. One spot. Somebody come get the 102. What's a good up tier from Romeo Doubs? Well, no AJ Brown yet. Ooh. That's a good question. A good up tier from Romeo Doubs. I like Christian Watson. I don't think that would be that difficult, honestly. Like, Jordan Addison, I really like as a buy right now. Travis Hunter, obviously. Those are some options, I think. Michael Pittman, if you want to go a little older. Mendoza game manager, Cam is a gunslinger. I tend to agree with you, like, on a base level. I just don't know if there's anything actionable there for fantasy. We are full. We can kick it off. Only took 20 minutes. Shout out everybody for helping me get that filled. Appreciate you a ton. Like, I don't know if, like, look, okay, so Jared Goff is a game manager and Jordan Love's a gunslinger. Does that change anything for fantasy? Not really. Like, if they're not going to rush, which neither of them are going to give you, 500 yards in a season. Then I don't know. I don't know if the style of play aspect really makes much of a difference. Josh Allen at the 101 to Rick. Rick is just, a strong, solid, rooted in his beliefs American. Who loves taking Josh Allen at the 101, and I can't blame him. I'm gonna go. What should I do? What should I do this time? I find when I'm at the front of the board here, I like my teams better when I don't take a quarterback. So I'm going to continue that. I'm going to take Jahmyr Gibbs at the 104. Now, I'm not going to bake this into my rankings. I know that Zach has talked about this, where he's done a bit of a market bake just because quarterbacks are getting pushed down, and so he doesn't want to take like a guy who he could get at the 107, at the 101 kind of thing. I think I'm just going to leave it as is because this is where I value them. You don't always have to take the highest player in your rankings, right? There's so much more that goes into it than that. Bernard is going to eat. DK can't get open. I think DK can get open. I just don't know if he does it the way that Rodgers likes. Seeing people predict 7-10 or 6-11 is hilarious. Jaden Daniels healthy for a season, went 12-5 and was a game away from the bowl. Unhealthy in the team, unhealthy one. Comeback player of the year loading. That would be interesting. Would he be eligible? He missed like half the year. Is it me or is Saquon and McCaffrey undervalued due to lack of star power running back position? So hard to trade for. I don't think they're undervalued. Like, I think Saquon still costs you a first. 29-year-old running back. McCaffrey the same, probably a little more for a guy who literally, like, it is in the range of outcomes that McCaffrey never has another good season. I feel like they're properly valued because you're not paying more than that, right? Like, and that's another thing that, yeah, like I'm going to talk about it in the running backs video. Like, I feel like McCaffrey is a guy who, like, I do not want to buy on my contenders. And I don't want to sell him when I have him, like where I have him on contenders. Rick says, you won't have any Allen stocks. I want him here just to feel something. Hey, man. Sometimes we just want to feel something. Scribbles in at the 111. Shout out Scribbles. Who else? Joe's at the 12. This is Wild Dog, right? I think it's Wild Dog. Wild Dog at the 10. Brasky Pants. I recognize Brasky Pants. We've got Rick, JMO, Papa Tacos, Vince Agost, B-Sib, CNAT. I got Digits at the 108. Brasky Pants at the 109 here. I'm taking Jaden as my starting QB this year in fantasy. Burrow as the backup more than likely. That is some hefty draft capital, sir. That's going to be like 2 top 8 picks on quarterbacks. So we get the normal top 8. Amon-Ra, Neighbors, Caleb, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Joe going for a competitive build on the turn there. Drake London at the 202. Genty, Jeremiah Love, Lamar Jackson at the 205. I think we're going to get a good player here at the 209. I think we'll get a good player. Scribbles, my man. What's going on? Papa Taco. Papa Tacos is a great name. It's a really good name. It's no Rickatang, but it's a close second. I do have a 3rd round reversal on for this one. Let's see how early Aaron Rodgers goes, given that he's now re-signed. Brock Bowers goes to CNAT. My boy Hampton comes off the board. Now, Vince Agost at the 208 here. What is he going to do? Are we worried about Neighbor's second surgery? Wow. Ted McMillan at the 208. Joe Burrow at the 209. Talk to me. Are we worried about Neighbor's second surgery? From a redraft perspective, yes. From Dynasty, I don't really care. Currently on Underdog, he's still going in like the late second. I can't take him there. It's looking more and more like he's going to start on the pup and that he'll miss a few weeks. So it does worry me a bit from a redraft perspective. Chivo, yo, what kind of draft is this? Why are all the QBs? Chivo, this is Domains America, where quarterbacks are getting pushed down, man. It's just happening. Quarterbacks are just getting pushed down the board. Now, I still rank it as if they're not because I still value them really high. But the reality of the situation is that people are really valuing these high-end studs and seeing the later production at quarterback being able to make up for what you give up by taking the skill positions at the top of the draft. And the way drafts are going, like I'm kind of going with the market in terms of taking Gibbs here, even though I have May and Daniels ranked ahead of him, because I get Joe Burrow at the 209. Scribble's also worried about Neighbors and redraft, not Dynasty. I don't think, it doesn't, look, Dynasty, the scale that you play Dynasty on, right, is like 3 times to, plus longer than how you look at a redraft season. And so I don't think that we should be looking at Neighbors missing 4 or 5 games in 2026 as anything to affect his dynasty value. Kev, you're the GOAT. Appreciate you hanging out, man. What am I doing, may you ask? Well, I'm not sure. No, I mean, Rick, I like the dart value there. I really do. There's a quarterback I like more. Joe got him at the 301. What a start from Joe. Lamb, Jefferson, Hurts. Trey McBride falling to the 303. That is not something you see all the time. That is definitely not something you see all the time. B-Sib on the clock here. He's gone May Hampton to start his draft. And he goes Rashee Rice. Would have been my pick if he made it here. Okay. I am going to play the ADP game a little bit. There's 6 picks. Rick's not taking a quarterback. J-Mo might take 1. Papa Tacos could take 2, but I doubt it. I'm going to go Emeka Egbuka here at the 309. And if... Oh my god, I almost knocked my drink over. And if I don't get one of the quarterbacks, there is a wide receiver I am happy with as well. So, we'll see. Oh, Chivo, don't worry, my man. You know what? In June, I am going to flip to mostly redraft streams. I don't know the exact... Unfortunately, it is really I would love to stream Underdog. I really would. I think that would be a ton of fun. The unfortunate thing is that I can't do them where I am. So... I'm able to participate in the Underdog drafts, but I cannot join them in where I currently reside, and so I'm not able to live stream them, which is unfortunate. But I will be doing. I'll start doing redraft mocks on the Flock site starting in June. Yeah, White. I think that's a great pick. So I am going to end up with Bo Nix here at the 404. I think that's a really good value. I like this start. Yeah, I'd say standard. We're always doing a half-point tight end premium. Shaky Snake, what is going on, my man? Happy to have you. Tyson or Burden? Give me Luther Burden. Yeah, man, I'm all in. I'm all in. So we start Burrow and Nix at quarterback. I no longer have to consider quarterback for the rest of the draft. Gibbs and Emeka Egbuka at wide receiver. This is a little different for me. Normally I'm like taking Loveland or like, Hampton every draft. I've been thinking about flipping the 105 and now we're spelling it Travis Etienne. This is the revolution he asked for. The 105 and Travis Etienne for Amari and Hampton. Thoughts? Yeah. I mean, I would do it. If this doesn't like kill your depth, like if you're like a contender, you don't have your first next year and Travis Etienne is like in your lineup every week, then yeah, I wouldn't do it. Like I don't want this to, ruin my chances of competing, but I like the value. I thought the same as soon as I clicked Tyson, LOL. Yeah, I mean, look, Rick, I think it's close, and I think that it's a projection both ways, right? Here's the way I see it. Burden was a really, really good prospect, right? And there were some holes poked in him because of a really poor junior season where he had Brady Cook at quarterback and it was an absolute disaster of an offense. His sophomore season was phenomenal. He falls because of that, combined with some like vague, weird character concerns that weren't really, that never really truly came out to be an actual issue. And there was some worry about like how his role would translate to the NFL, his skill set. He lands in the perfect situation. He flashes towards the end of the year, has one of the best rookie yards per route run numbers that we've seen. I just want to buy into this offense more than I do the Saints. And I think Burden has the ceiling to be like a tier 1 dynasty wide receiver. I am mad high on Hampton. I am. But even I think that's pretty even on market. 105 and Etienne for Hampton. Okay, we're going to be on the clock in a second here. What are we doing? I really like this guy, but I think I can push him. I think I can push him just a little bit further. Who is the expert top? Okay. Yeah, I should definitely be able to push this guy. I don't need to take him here. So I think I will go with... I'll go Bucky here at the 509. Jalen... for Dynasty, Jordan Tyson. For redraft, I'll take Jalen Waddle. Well, they might argue that that's perfectly fine. Is having to start Malik Willis is okay. Said even Hampton's my dude, even though I'm a Broncos fan. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like Hampton a lot. I think people are overthinking it, honestly. Thoughts on Bucky this year? Weird vibes. I'm gonna keep talking about the running back rankings video because I've literally just finished prepping it. I feel okay. I feel okay about Bucky. I really do. I don't think there's a ton to be concerned about. There's a lot of factors that went into last season, and why he was disappointing. The entire offense getting hurt being one of them. Him dealing with the shoulder injury, and there was some mental health stuff that came out after that as well. Like, I don't think Kenny Gainwell doesn't scare me. There's just a lot going on there that I think it's all noise. And I'm not really worried. I've never drafted for Dynasty. Okay, would you mind explaining the difference in strategy? Well, really the main thing is that your team doesn't change. I'm going to take Jameson Williams here. It's way ahead of ADP, but I love the guy. Basically, your team you don't get a new team every year. So this is a Dynasty startup. If you were to join a league, you would do one of these at the very beginning, and then you never do another one. And then every year, after the NFL draft, you have a rookie draft where the new rookies are brought into the league through a draft the same way the NFL does it, essentially. And you can trade throughout and all this kind of stuff. The difference in strategy is that you're thinking more about just this upcoming season, right? So we try to play Dynasty in 3-year windows is how we look at it. I'm not going to only take guys who are 23 and under because I want to build, the best team for the next 8 years, right? You also have to consider, what are these guys going to do for me now, right? It's why Christian McCaffrey goes at the 508 because he could win Vince the league in the first year. So it's a balance, right? And everybody approaches it differently, to be perfectly honest. I think Hampton to the moon with McDaniel, yeah. I think that this offense, this rushing attack is going to be phenomenal. The Bucky fall is so fascinating. I think that... I think people are rightfully worried. Like, the no goal line touches this past year, he had 0 carries inside the 5 in 2025, even in his limited games played. I think people have every right to be worried. I just think that there's enough that explains it for me to feel fine. And the situation going forward is Kenny Gainwell, who is not this guy that's going to take a ton of carries. Bucky has never been a third down back, and he was a phenomenal receiver as a rookie, not playing on third downs because Rashad White was there. And then Sean Tucker will vulture some goal line, sure. Bucky can score, 8 touchdowns without any of them coming inside the 5. That's possible. Also, they were going to let Sean Tucker walk. Like, what is the riskiest trade that you've made this month? Oh my gosh. Let me look for this. James, what is going on, my man? Happy you are hanging out on this gorgeous Saturday evening. Let me look through a few things. See if I can find a trade that I've made that might be deemed risky. Ooh, this is a really good question. This could be fun. I should have prepared. No, it's not that bad. Okay. This is in a non-tight end premium. No tight end premium, super flex, start 10, standard all around. I traded Harold Fannin, 2 late 2027 seconds for Kyler Murray and Mark Andrews. I needed a quarterback. I want to try and compete. I have Kenyon Sadiq. I have Chig Okonkwo. Sorry, I can't speak. I have Chig Okonkwo, so I'm kind of chilling at tight end. I don't need Harold Fannin, so I went down that route. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take Kenyon Sadiq here. The 709. Ooh. Super chat. Thank you very much, Frizzle. I really appreciate that. That's very, very nice of you. Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Cam Scat, or Bucky for Dynasty running back 1. My roster so far is Josh Allen, Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, Garrett Wilson, and Lab McConkey. Or you can punt running back and get Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon. Huh. Okay, well, where do I have them ranked? Let's pull up. I won't forget to make my pick. I want to give this question as much thought as it deserves. So I have Bucky first. For me, I'm not considering Travis Etienne for this. So it's Bucky, Cam Scatter, Javonte. Oh, I didn't expect Travis Hunter and Jordan Addison to go. That's a little frustrating. What does this team need? What does this team need? This team needs wide receivers, but I'm going to take Derrick Henry. Why not? Let's have some fun. Yeah. So I'm between Bucky, Cam, Scat, Javonte. They're all in the same tier for me. You have Dart and Neighbors. You're already really bought into the Giants. Bucky, Javonte. I'm going to go Bucky if I had to pick between these guys. But I would take Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon ahead of those. What do you guys think? Chat, let me know. Okay? I want the chat to let me know what they think, because I do have Jordan Tyson and Mekhi Lemon ahead in my overall rankings, like ahead of Bucky, who I have the first out of these running backs. So yeah, I don't want to if the value's there at wide receiver, you can try and figure out running back later. I think I'm leaning Jordan Tyson here and just keep punting running back. It seems like, the wide receivers are falling here. I want to take the value. Jerry Bob gets it, I think. If it's a startup, don't mind punting running back if it gains you value. Running back, people trade running backs. They do. They really do, especially in season when teams aren't competing anymore. Wild Dog likes Javonte. I like Javonte too. Tyson and Lemon over those running backs. I would take Tyson above. Yeah, I think we're there. I think I prefer Jordan Tyson to Mekhi Lemon. I think it's very close. But that's what we would do for his. Again, I really appreciate the super chat. That's very kind. You do not have to do that. Thank you very much, my friend. Shaky reacting to my trade. If you're competing, I like that. Yeah, I think it was like the extent of what I would have paid for Kyler. This was more like how I value Kyler than what I feel like the market feels about him, which I'm fine with in some cases, right? It's a little risky because I do believe in the fan and talent. And again, Kyler, as much as I believe in him, he is a question mark. Also, Etienne, but new team, kind of a dart throw for now. Oh yeah. Are you high on likely this year? I'm really not. I don't think he's gonna turn into this all of a sudden like full-time big slot that he would need to be super relevant for fantasy. And I don't think the passing volume is going to be plentiful in New York. Jerry Bob, I'm not late. You are. Happy that you're here, my man. In my domain league, people don't trade running backs. Okay. In season, I think it'll be easier. Maybe your experience has been that they don't even in there. But I think it is often easier once the points are being thrown around. I on Kyler this year too. Yeah, it's tough not to go with the value. Mouth South. If I'm in a startup picking 103 and 105, you have both of those. Should I go Gibbs or Chase and JSN, or should I take Allen at one spot above ADP, or try to trade down to 6? Oh my gosh. So 103, you have Gibbs, Chase, JSN is on the board. I think the sweet spot for the first round is the 108. You can see here, I think this is a clear tier from 1 to 8. Allen, May Daniels, Bijan Gibbs, Chase, JSN, Puka. So if I can get to the 8 with as much value as possible, I really like that. I think we'll see some regression for Fannin, so much more legit competition. I agree. Like I think that the quarterback questions plus bringing in Casey and Denzel Boston, it can't be good for him. Frizzle, I just remember this startup. I'm in his tight end premium. I had to draft tight end away. There we go. Hey, sometimes that happens, man. But look, in a tight end premium, like it depends on how much the premium is. But at the same time, the premium lifts everybody, right? So like, yes, it's going to make Bowers super overpowered, but it's also going to make, Jawan Johnson better than he should be, right? All this kind of stuff. I need a wide receiver. I'm going to take Christian Watson. It lifts everybody, right? So if it's a big tight end premium, get a few of these depth guys at the end. Get a guy like, Brenton Strange, right? Or pick up Kelsey if he hasn't gone yet because he's like a 1-year thing. Pat Freiermuth might be relevant in a big tight end premium league. Don't see likely as the true tight. I think they're both going to play. Like, I don't think Isaiah Likely is going to be the inline blocking guy. Like, that's going to be Theo Johnson. At least that's how I would project it. Likely has never been a big inline guy in Baltimore. Mark Andrews has been there for that. Charlie Kohler has been there. If he's going to get on the field, it's going to have to be because he's the best guy in that big slot role. With Wandale gone, I think is more likely. I just don't want to jump that it's to this big projection for him when we haven't ever seen it. Love Gadsden at the 908. I'm not a big Gadsden guy. I get why people are excited. Just not really my cup of tea. All right, Kyle Monunga has fallen too far. Yeah, I made a trade to get in the first round to draft twice. I'm going to take that and try to recoup later picks. I like the strategy. Good luck. Okay, 2 picks left here. We will get into another one after this. Probably only do 2 tonight. Filling the third has been quite difficult recently. So If anybody wasn't in the first one, wants to get into the second one, I will have that link for you shortly after. Do we really have 70 concurrents right now? That's pretty freaking cool. Maybe I won't have a problem filling the second one. Shout out you guys. Hey, if it's your first time here, like the stream. Get it pumped out to as many people as possible. Subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a stream, you don't miss a video. I'm uploading Dynasty content weekly. Wide receiver rankings were out on, Wednesday or Tuesday? Shout out Mason Dodd. My computer is having a little bit of trouble. I hope I'm not lagging to all heck. Wide receiver rankings came out the other day. Go check out that. An hour of me just freaking yapping. But I had a good time. Thoughts on Gunnar Helm? Second year with a Conco gone, does he make a jump? I think he does. I am a little excited about Gunnar Helm. Taking him a bunch in best ball in like round 16, 17. I think he's I think he had like a decent little receiving profile coming out of Texas. I don't have big expectations, but it's a nice little upside shot. Jerry Bob will be here. You love to see it. Mouth South with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. This is awesome. I'm from New York. Likely is going to be the wide receiver too. I could easily see that. Mooney bad. Slayton has stone hands. Fields is unproven. Theo's the tight end one in line. Likely is safety for Dart. I do agree. Like, I think it projects that way. The thing I would say here is that likely has to be good and consistent. Like, was this exact opportunity that you're talking about not also available for pretty much all of his career on the Ravens? Zay Flowers has been the only consistent good target at wide receiver. And then you had Mark Andrews, who had one really big year, and he's been bad, and he's been like really mediocre for 3 years straight now. So like, and it's John Harbaugh still, and it's probably a low passing volume quarterback. The parallels are there. The difference now is the contract, right? I don't know. I really appreciate the super chat though. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you very much. A few people in my draft still haven't gotten a quarterback. Dak, Kyler, Love, and Shuck are left. Should I pick one of them up as my third QB? I'm trying to remember what you had first. So let me go back up. You already have Josh and Dart. Depends on where you're at. Is this at the Tyson Lemon pick? I want to help you, Frizz. If this is at the Tyson and the only quarterback I'm considering for you, if you're deciding between Tyson, Lemon, and this guy, is Dak. But I wouldn't take Dak over Tyson or Lemon with your build. This has yet to be. We don't know yet. We don't know. You guys will. You'll find out when I do. We'll have to see. You'll have to see. I will be in Austin for the draft and stuff. I'll be at the meetup whenever that is. But no word yet on my Flock League participation. Ooh, I wanted Xavier Worthy. How ironic is it that I've been shit-talking Isaiah Likely and he's the top of my rankings here? Gunnar Helm finishes tight end 1 over Bowers. This is a good take, Scribbles. This is a good take. I'm new. I'll definitely join the next one. Love the drafts. Thank you, man. Shout out Lewis. Thank you for hanging out. I took Likely and Theo in the Orion League. I guess I'll be happy. See, I think Theo, look, there is going to be so much talk this offseason about the tight end stuff. So many teams drafting them like crazy, moving to these heavier sets, playing way more 12 and 13 personnel than normal. Like, there's I genuinely believe this, that there are going to be like 10 teams in the NFL where weekly you're going to be saying you can stream both of their tight ends. gosh. This is barren in the 12th round, isn't it? I need another. I'll just take Antonio Williams. This draft did not go very well. I should have gone wide receiver earlier. My wide receiver room is disgusting. I genuinely think that you're going to have teams where it's like, I think you can start freaking, I think you can start Gadsden or Njoku this week. I think you can start Goddard and Stowers because it's a good matchup. Sadiq and Mason Taylor. Likely and Theo Johnson. It's just, it's endless. It's endless. Thoughts on Zay versus Waddle? I think in my rankings video, I had Waddle one spot ahead of Zay. Is that right? Rankings came out Tuesday. My wide receiver rankings. Yeah, Waddle one spot ahead of Zay. Nagy wasn't the OC there with Harbaugh. Sure. Kelsey, Komet. Yeah. That is true. That is true. But they also threw to Mark Andrews a ton. Like, why didn't it go to Likely is where I would be. This is at the Tyson Lemon. Okay, Frizz, I would definitely go Tyson Lemon ahead of Dak, especially if you already have Josh Allen and Jackson Dart. This thing should be about done. Have you checked out Roster Audit? Super fun site for Dynasty stuff. Well, Shaky Snake, I know an even more fun site for Dynasty stuff. And that's flockfantasy.com. Who from Flock is from Austin Mason? The big man himself. Mr. Flock Fantasy. And and Sal. Sal as well. Did I say something bad about the Raiders? Oh, it was Rick is so funny. Rick is so on brand. Every time it doesn't this wasn't even anti-Bowers. It's just pro Gunnar Helm. And Rick has no comment. Rick's upset. How dare you? Waddle's fantasy playoff schedule is so good. I haven't even looked. I know the week 17 matchups. Let's see if I can snipe it. Denver in week 17 are playing the Chiefs? No, Chiefs are playing the Chargers. Damn it. Who are they playing? New England. Raiders, Bills, Patriots. It's pretty good. It is pretty good. Those should be some high-scoring games for sure. Okay, let's look at this post-draft review. Let's see. So Expert has me at 7th. I didn't think my draft was phenomenal, honestly. This wide receiver room is so weak, dude. It's really not that good. It's really not that good. Shaky. Hey, I'm a company man, brother. First startup I've done this year, a little rough. Let's see, Wyatt. Let's see. Actually, really quick, before we do that. I want to... The new mock draft is going to be coming into the chat in a second, fellas. Bear with me. We are going to do a third round reversal. Superflex, give me 60 seconds so I can, yap as much as I want. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Hit the like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Going to be doing Dynasty content for the rest of the summer, frankly. Give me this 109. Give me a really tough decision, potentially. Link coming at you in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah, I was going to check out Wyatt's draft. Oh, Wyatt. I don't even know where you... Wyatt is... Oh, gosh. I don't even know which one you are, Wyatt. Wyatt says he'll take 5th. I thought this was Wild Dog. Okay, I'm all over the place. I thought that was Wild Dog. Wyatt, Dak, Baker, Simpson, I like it. Genty Breeze, JCM, Neighbors, Terry, Johnston, Sutton. A little tough. That's because he took Tucker Kraft. Going bully tight end, double elite, not elite tight end, but double tight ends. Theo is also stone hands. Be happy to know that for your safety and security. W draft. Thank you. I got digits. You were in this, weren't you? Lamar, Jordan Love, Price, Travis Etienne. We filled right away. Heck yeah, dude. Travis Etienne, Jalen Warren, Puka, Carnell Tate, Nico Collins, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Josh Downs. Kincaid, tight end a little weak, but what are you going to do? Broncos' first 6 games are brutal. Are they? I can check out some schedule stuff after the draft for sure. Mason Dodd is in the draft. Mason Dodd at the 101. What's he going to do? What do we think, fellas? What is he going to do? Is he not streaming yet? I don't even see him in the chat. Does he know he's in the draft? Ray does. Thought that he was ascending last year. I'm falling behind here. Connor started my 10-team Dynasty draft with Gibbs, Neighbors, Hamptons, Knicks, Tate, Lemon, Goff. Dude. How? I mean, it's a 10-teamer, but still. Bang. Phenomenal start. Ooh, okay, Rick. I'm gonna live vicariously through me, Rick, okay? B-Sib, I'm gonna try and remember to go check it out after we get through this one. I'm just going to keep calling him ETN. Honestly, I think that I was talking to Zach about this because he has like people commenting on his videos like, what are you doing? You're an idiot. You don't even know how to pronounce names. I think the fantasy industry as a whole, as we get closer to redraft and everybody's making content and has to talk about this, people are going to go back to ETN. I don't think people are going to be able to just, you know, switch it to something that it doesn't look like. It's been too long. Like Devon Achane was Devon Achane. And during the draft process, he was like, no, it's Achane. Call me Achane. People are like, okay, yeah. It's been 5 years, dude, since you got drafted. He did not mean to join. Gonna have to write it out. You're gonna have to write it out. You also need to like show up too. Like this needs to be good. Mason Sammy, please tell me why I should take Price over KC this year. Here's the thing. I mean, neither Mason nor I watch any film. So, analytically, he's a bad prospect. But he got picked in the first round to a really good offense. Jaden Daniels falls to me at the 109. It will be a bad idea to call him. Yeah, people are going to be so confused that weren't in the Dynasty, you know, cycle. You're completely right. It's been his name since 2021. I want to respect the guy, but not at the expense of people not knowing what I'm talking about. And like, how many times am I going to have to say Travis Etienne or Travis Achane, formerly Travis Etienne? Like, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. Hey, Sammy, would giving up Javonte for Fannin be too much in a non-tight end premium? Non-tight end premium, I'm taking Javonte. If you have Gadsden and Kittle, I'm fine with that. I don't need Fannin, especially in a no tight end premium. Okay, on the clock here. Give me my boy. You know how many people have claimed people are bad prospects? Just point to the guy who's that. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's like, oh, okay, he could feel like, I don't know, who was a late first rounder that hit big. I guess it's hard because there aren't that many similarities of big shocker of a first round that hit, but Josh Jacobs is like the best comp, right? Of a guy who did not have a full workload in college, did not show a ton of receiving chops in college, but was able to do it at the NFL level. if I'm remembering the Jacobs profile correctly. I just don't... I'm not like a... I would have to learn how to do it. I would have to learn how to do it to... And I don't think I trust my opinion of that. And I think that I'm probably a better evaluator of rookies without trying to get good at watching film. Every person in Dynasty thought Josh Allen was a bad prospect. Dude, nobody liked Josh Allen as a prospect. Taking the wide receiver just went to the Browns. That does seem bad. That does seem bad. I like KC a lot. And I think wide receiver 1 on any team is good, even if it's the Browns. But I can't even get close to him over price. I can't. There's other ways to evaluate prospects besides watching film. Like my personal opinion of a guy being somebody who has never evaluated talent on film, I am going to do a lot better looking at analytical profiles as opposed to trying to watch film. Okay, playing the hits, Colston Loveland here. Josh Jacobs is a great comp. Okay, yeah. Trade London and Hunter for Gibbs and McLaurin. Oh, jeez. Can I not do Hunter? I want to do this trade. I want Gibbs. Okay, I would love to go London to Gibbs. Can I do something but other than Travis Hunter? Because he's not being valued here like he should. His upside is so much greater than what you are sending him for. My running backs are Genty, Achan, and Rashad White. I love KC, but I may take... Dude, Jadarian Price is better than... Like, I would rather have Jadarian Price over Travis Etienne right now. Easily. He's your RB2. Maybe not in 2026 for the whole year, but... Everybody said that Josh Allen was talented and he had the cannon of an arm and all the tools, but people did not like him it was the same thing with Mahomes. Like, Mahomes was in the teens. People thought that his footwork was bad and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that the analytics knew and that film didn't. I'm saying that people get it wrong, and I do not trust my own opinion, having not been somebody who watches a ton of film, more than I trust how I can interpret the analytics. No, Ty, this is Superflex. Lamar Burrow at the turn. Dude, they were... For the past, 4 or 5 years, this has been... you need 2 picks in the top 6 to get Lamar Burrow. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. I will take Pickens at the 305 all day. I like the value too. He's like a late second round pick for me. The main thing is analytical profiles generally help you color what you are watching, allows you to color what you are seeing outside of watching for enjoyment. I also know there are plenty of models that perform as good as anybody watching film. And I think that the best way to do it is to blend the two. But I would rather listen to people who are not professionals, but it is their job, it is their work to evaluate prospects, listen to what they think and work that into my analysis rather than try to do it myself. Trade Jaden Daniels for Caleb in a 2027 second. 0.2 points per carry league. No, that's not enough to go from JD to Caleb for me. 2027 second doesn't do it for me. Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure, like, I'm not saying watching film is bad. I'm saying I don't do it. Luther Burden, I will take at the 409 here. Watching film is great. I know that Zach watches film. I know that Bush and Danny at FSC watch film. They've done it for years and years and have built up some confidence that they are able to see things, and then maybe it's something that I look into next offseason. But for now, I'd rather just focus on what I think that I'm better at. I drafted DK Metcalf and Jeremy Bernard as the Rodgers. It's better than Drew Aller, so yeah. I'm not big on DK Metcalf, but it is better for you. Oh, geez. Frizz, I got to know who's on the board. Let me know who is on the board, and I will let you know who I take. Shout out everybody for hanging out. We are heading into the 5th round of this draft. Leave a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I am streaming every Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, most of the time for about 2 hours. And yeah, we have a ton of fun. Dynasty content weekly, redraft content on the channel soon. It shan't be long. Do you like Pollard this year? What would you pay? I think a 2nd round pick for Pollard is perfectly fine. Late 2nd on a contender. I'm happy with that. Give me my boy, Brian Thomas Jr. This draft is playing the hits. Last draft, I went a little wild. Jaden Daniels, Amarian Hampton, Colson Loveland, Luther Burden, Brian Thomas. I mean, it doesn't get more Sammy Stacks than this draft. It really doesn't. 28 second or Terry McLaurin, 12 teams to reflect start 10. Yeah, I'll pay a 28 second for Terry McLaurin. Hope for one last ride. I may be as excited to see what happens with Luther Burden as I am for... Yeah, honestly, dude. There's a lot riding on what Luther Burden does this year. He's like, steamed up in Dynasty drafts. He's steamed up in redraft, having never done anything consistently in the NFL. And yet I believe, Yet I believe. Bucky RB12 off the board. Yes, he is. I think he's 14 for me. I'd take Chase Brown over him. But it's close. So Mason's gone. Josh Allen, Tedro McMillan, Nico Collins, Jonathan Taylor. Interesting. Dart or T-Law in a 6-point passing touchdown? Dart. I'm going to be honest, South. I don't see how you could possibly say this with this much certainty. There is nothing that points to this just being a fact. Instead of, okay, Snaggy, that's what I saw your commented. I wasn't sure what you were referring to. Oh my God, if they would do Jaden Reed, I would absolutely love that. I would even throw on like a 2nd. London, Jaden Reed, and a 2nd round pick for Gibbs and whatever you were getting back. Let me see if I can find it. Terry McLaurin, yeah. This is scorching hot. Matthew Golden better than Rome. None or less. Oh, Matthew Golden better than Burden, sorry. Hey Sam, remember my 16-man league super flex? Was this a review on Zach's channel, I think? My team looks like this, 8 picks left. Dart Willis, Etienne Swift, Manungai, Woody Marks, Neighbors Wilson, Burden, Terry, Trey Tucker. No time premium, so you don't need him. That's really solid in a 16-teamer, dude. Is it me or Devonta Smith and Lemon kind of the same? Lemon is really like this slot dominant guy. Devonta Smith has, I'm pretty sure he's always played on the outside as an Eagle. primarily. Thing is, the Bird, every time he did get the ball, he was going off high yak. He also had like the highest yards per route run that we've seen from a rookie with like, I think, minimum 200 routes in a while. That's obviously anecdotal, but I did see that stat out there. Rome was the wide receiver 6 before he got hurt. Let me make my pick and then I'll pull up the player card. What am I going to do here? I think I know who I'm taking. Yeah, I'm going to take Kyren Williams here. 609 for Kyren Williams. RB20 off the board. He's my running back 13. Let's pull up Rome Odunze's player card. So, Rome got hurt in Rome missed week 5 was their bye, right? So he got hurt when? In week 14. He was not the wide receiver 5 up to this point. He was the wide receiver 5 through 4 weeks. Was he the wide receiver 5 after week 13? I don't think so. Scribbles is a big Rome guy. See, I just think that by default I end up being off of Rome just because I'm so high on Loveland and Burden. I think all good can be fine. I think Rome is going to be your spike week, less consistent guy, and I don't see the, top 8 finish possibility with him. I just don't. I don't see it. When he was really good at the beginning of 2025, he was running super hot off of touchdowns. Give me, let's go Jared Goff here. That's my QB2. I like this team. Foot fracture derailed the breakout. Yeah, it's difficult. What week was the foot fracture in? Could somebody let me know? Because he played up until week 14. So let's see. So it seems like it happened earlier in the season. He was kind of managing it. Yeah, I mean, that could definitely go into why the production dipped a little bit. I just think that I personally am going to believe in the guys that Ben Johnson drafted. I think, first of all, I think Colson Loveland is the one, honestly, in that offense. I think this is going to be an offense that runs through the tight end, that runs through an elite pass-catching tight end. And I think it's a high-powered enough offense with a guy who I think is an elite quarterback, a really, really high-end play caller. I think that Burden can also be an elite wide receiver alongside Loveland. And it just kind of naturally falls in a way that Odunze gets pushed down a little bit for me. I still think he's talented. I think he's really good. I think that the Bears have a phenomenal trio of pass catchers there. He's just my third favorite out of the 3. Yeah. Nagged him all season. Again, I think that it's kind of like an Egbuka thing, right? Where you want to believe because the start of the season was so good. I just think that it's not anti-Odunze, it's pro-Loveland and pro-Burden for me. Yeah, I think it's completely fair. I think it's completely fair. Somebody, I do think that I don't think it's like we finished 2026 and it's like, oh yeah, they were all equally good. One or two of these guys are going to separate themselves from the others. That's just how these things work. Which maybe that means Rome is the value because he's going the latest. I would absolutely hear that argument. Yeah, and I don't think Rome gets left out. I just think he's my least favorite of the three because I like the other two so much. I just think 10th overall pick, like, you got to believe that Ben Johnson has a big plans for Colson Loveland. I don't think there's any other way to look at it. Really appreciate everybody hanging out. We could honestly probably do a third with the traffic we have going on here tonight, which I love. This is awesome. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. This is great. We can probably get a third mock going. I'll do like a 30-second clock for that one. We can get through it a little bit faster. Yeah, look. The Loveland and Burden prices on Underdog are like, you really got to believe. So I really don't mind the take of I want to buy into the offense, and I'm not a believer in Burden and Loveland, or that much so. And so I'm going to take Rome. Completely get that thought process. Me, as somebody who believes a ton in Colson Loveland and Luther Burden, Adunze just falls back a little bit. Bold take, Geno Smith is a sneaky QB2. I wouldn't want to like be heavily relying on him. Oh God, are you gonna make me do it? Vince, don't make me have to do this. I don't want to take him. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Give me DJ Moore. I did not want to have to go double jag on this team. I don't want to have to rely on Geno Smith, but I am perfectly fine with him as my QB2. Let's see. Is Mason still with us, or is he live now? He's live. Mason is auto drafting this team. Can you believe this guy? Can you believe this guy comes in to my stream, jumps in the 101 slot, and then auto drafts because he has to review Dynasty teams. It's disappointing. That's all it is. It's disappointing. Okay. DeAndre Swift, Sam Laporta. Jonah Coleman at the 901. You'll love to see it. Imagine the Jets are good enough this year. The thing is, Scribbles, they have 3 first-round picks. And one of them is the Colts. Like, I don't think the Colts make the playoffs. So you've got 2... The Jets aren't making the playoffs. Like, there's no way they're that good. I mean, hey, any crazier things have happened, but I really don't think that's possible. So you're going to have, like, 2 top 16 picks. Give me Michael Wilson here. You're going to have 2 top 16 picks and plus a later first as well. They would probably trade their, 28 first as well to get a quarterback. So they're just so loaded up on draft capital. I think they'll be fine no matter what. What is the ceiling for Shuck this year? QB 12. I think the ceiling could be higher than that. Like, the true ceiling, like, guys, like, Jared Goff finished as, like, the quarterback 7 one year. I think Shuck rushes enough that, like, the true high-end, like, 100 percentile outcome ceiling could be, like, a top 8 guy. The Jets are good. I mean, historically, you're wrong, but they could be good this year. I don't know about this. Who's your source? I think that Brees stayed because of the, what was it, the $40 million that they put in front of him? I think that's why he stayed. I don't think it was Geno Smith that did it. Plus, like Geno's a 1-year thing. Like, even if he is, God, I can't even trick myself into believing that Geno could bring this Jets team to the playoffs. So, even if he has a good year and they're like, I don't know, 6-11, 7-10, he's not. He's a 1-year thing. Maybe he's the backup next year behind whatever rookie they get, but they're not going, oh no, Geno's our plan. We're not going to take advantage of these 3 first-round picks we have in what should be a loaded quarterback class. I remember when Adam Gates had the Jets win that one game week 17 2 years. Yeah. Those like sliding doors moments, you really don't think about them. But there are so many. Like the Titans were close to not getting Cam Ward, which obviously, whatever. The Panthers and Bears with Bryce Young and Caleb Williams, like your source is a New York Post article. You live in New York City. 7-10. He's a 2-year project to develop the talent. So Mouth South, I just want to confirm. You're saying that Geno is going to go 7-10 this year based on a New York Post article, that's why Brees stayed. Brees stayed because of Geno. They're going to go 7-10, and Geno is going to start the year after as the Kirk Cousins to next year's Fernando Mendoza. That's what you're saying, I think? Sure, it could happen. I don't think... Okay, well, whatever. I mean, this is a silly argument. I don't think that Brees signed an extension because Geno Smith is there. I think he signed an extension because they put $40 million in front of him and said, you can have this largely guaranteed contract, or you can play on the franchise tag, which is fully guaranteed, but if you get hurt, you're not getting a payday next offseason. I think the motivation is I think the motivation was the money. If it was the money, it wasn't Geno Smith. Yes, sir. Unfortunately, they will go 8-9 and lose in the wild card round. But good try. I'll take Kyle Monangai again on this team. The Steelers will inevitably be mid again. They will go 8-9. They will lose in the wild card round. They're set up pretty well for it, I gotta say. Mike McCarthy is competent, if nothing else. Oh, look at this. Mason Dodd playing the hits. I gotta go in his chat and tell him that he just took Quentin Johnston. Let's see. I don't even want to be listening to his response, but if he pulls up my comment, maybe we'll play it. Is this true? That contract was in front of let's see what Mason has to say.
Startup mock draft. Quentin Johnston, Terry McLaurin. We are going with a little bit of a win.
Apparently he's not auto-drafting.
We have Josh Allen, Tyler, Taylor, McCaffrey, Jacobs, and Irving. Tetero. Quentin Johnston, Terry McLaurin, wide receiver. My thoughts on taking Quentin Johnston, 9-12.
Full analysis.
McCaffrey and Josh Jacobs. Season, might as well take the wide receiver that's going to be.
There you go. From the horse's mouth, the number one player in fantasy. I am going to take Jaylen Warren here. So the contract was in front of Brees for a year. But last offseason in training camp, everybody was saying, including Brees, he was saying, I'm not their guy. They didn't draft me. Talking about Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn. But there was a long-term extension in place that he could have signed. That's interesting. Okay, maybe. Do you mind putting the link in the chat? Because I'd be curious to read that. I'm not saying it's not true. It also does. I don't really think it matters at all. I don't know why he wouldn't sign it. Want to bet the Mike Tomlin Sunday Night Football winner picks will be 9-8. Huh. You know what? He probably goes 9. That would be a hilarious bit. That would be so good. That would be so good. 7 wins does seem aggressive. It is still the Jets. Let's not forget. The defense isn't good. They traded their 2 best players. I think that the offense will be fine. Here's what I like. This will be in the running back rankings video, which comes out probably Monday. I don't think that they just need to not be like bottom 10. Give me top 22. And I think Brees is good. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, Steelers. I mean, hey, you had a Super Bowl in your lifetime. That's all. Hey, that's what there is to be happy about. Because the Jets were god-awful and had no O-line till last year. But why didn't he sign it like after the season ended? When they did have an offensive line. Why would he wait until like after? I mean, I guess I don't understand how any of these things work. Who's your bet for first coach fired not named Aaron Glenn? That's really good. That's a really good question. First coach fired not named Aaron Glenn. Let me you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if, does FanDuel have these odds? Let me see if FanDuel has the odds. Because that'll be a good way to gauge. It's funny, yeah, not named, because my answer immediately would have been Aaron Glenn. I just think the defense is going to be so bad. It's going to be so freaking terrible, dude. Okay, futures. Do they have first coach fired? No. They're too nice. Okay. Who is going to be the first coach fired? You know what's funny? Like, all the bad teams got new coaches this year. So it's like, how soon would, like, Miami probably gives Halfley a year, right? The Browns probably give Monken a year. You rarely see one and dones in the NFL. You do see them, but you rarely see the coach get fired during the season. Like, here's the thing. This isn't even like a Titans thing. Robert Saleh, the Titans would have to be a complete and utter disaster and embarrassment to the game of football for Robert Saleh to get fired during the season. They would have to be 0-10, scoring 8 points a game and allowing 40 for Robert Saleh to get fired during the season. And it's the same with... Like, this is why I think it's just so clearly Aaron Glenn. Okay, I'm going to take... Give me Ramondre. He was on the board the last one in the 12th round. See, I don't think it's Monken. I don't think it's LaFleur in Arizona. I think he gets a year as well. This is really hard. Okay. I think I have one. I have two. I'll give you an AFC and I'll give you an NFC. Okay? NFC, Todd Bowles. If the Bucks start poorly, I think Todd Bowles could absolutely be the first coach fired. He was close to getting fired. The rumors are he was close to getting fired last season. Like after last year. And AFC. This would be crazy. Give me Shane Steichen. Give me Shane Steichen of the Indianapolis Colts. Huge expectations coming into this year. Daniel Jones back healthy off the Achilles tear. They're expecting, another big season. Maybe not 07 Patriots, but good. They come out flat. Daniel Jones can't move. The run game can't get going. Alec Pierce is your wide receiver 1, and he's catching 2.5 passes a game. Oh, my boys in the chat. Right back at you, cutie pie. Shout out Zach from Dynasty Land. Zach Taylor is interesting as well. I just don't think I think the Bengals are just always scoring too many points for him to get fired during the season. It could happen. I think the Bengals have a good year. I think the Bengals do have a good year. I think this team's fine. You guys aren't letting me get as many values as I normally get. Okay, let's fire up the next one. Andy Reid is crazy. Andy Reid, I think honestly, like this. I mean, this is just my opinion. That's all I ever say, right? I think it's like close to impossible that Andy Reid could ever get fired during the season. Like, how bad would that have to be? Wyatt also said Sirianni is an interesting one. I think that could absolutely happen. The Eagles could absolutely do that. I'm gonna go in the 6th spot here. Coming at you in the chat in 3, 2, 1, bang. Join up. Our final mock of the evening. This one's gonna be a 30-second clock, so you got to be on your P's and Q's a little more, okay? Maybe not this, maybe not this far, but you have the right idea, I think. Todd, great guess. Yeah, like that's kind of where I'm at. I just don't think the Colts are going to be very good. I just don't. It's not something that I believe. And we are full. We have DP, Joe Blacko, Mouth South is in this one. Steelers by Will. Vince is in this one again. We got Lou Brasky Pants again. We got WLH. No. We have the real Wild Dog. Okay. And Frizz. Shout out Frizz. B Morg as well. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Once again, if you are new around here, subscribe to the channel. Like the stream as well. Thank you for hanging out. Okay. Here, Mouth, you're probably going to get autoed on your first one, but go to your main page, refresh, and go into the drafts section and rejoin in like the bottom right-hand corner. It's going to be like down here. And you'll be able to get back in. You're going to have to settle for Josh Allen, though, I think. Oh, no. Bijan at the 104. Let's see what Vince does. Okay. Let me try a... You know what? I went running back in the first one. I went quarterback in the second one. Give me JSN. I do have Drake May and Jane Daniels ahead of JSN, but I want to see what my team looks like drafting a wide receiver in the first round. Dan Quinn is another good one. If the Commanders come out, looking like last year. If, you know, the defense isn't improved the way that they tried to in the offseason, I could definitely see Dan Quinn being the first to go. Vrabel would be preseason. If Vrabel gets fired, it's before the season starts, because it would not have to, and it would be him walking away. I don't think they'd fire him. It would not have to do with anything. It would not have to do with anything to do with what they do on the field, is what I mean to say. Bill Belichick got fired, but not in season. Yeah, Wild Dog. I thought I saw WLH and I thought it was you. My bad. He said they couldn't fill 3 mocks. Well, you know what, Scribbles? I didn't expect to have like 70 concurrents tonight. Normally, I really struggle to fill 3 mocks. Normally, I can't do it. Hey, Shaky, appreciate you hanging out, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you next week. Yeah, I think you'll manage with the Josh Allen start. Genty Love is interesting. How many running backs who are gonna be top 10 picks and have bad rookie seasons can I draft on one team? Yes. I ended up figuring that out because Wyatt asked me to look at his team after the last one. All these, you know, and sometimes the YouTube chat username doesn't match the site username, and it's like, gets crazy. Hey, Zach, I mean, I am just an extension of you. That's all I am out here. Aww. Okay, we're punting quarterback this draft. Give me Brock Bowers. This stream is just like, it's like 15 to like 40% of the Dynasty Land streams just like plopped onto Saturday night. And I'd say we probably have like, you know, I'd say we have almost 100% of the fun. Maybe like 75, 80. Oh my God. No, Wyatt, man. Look, I said that it's not Wyatt. Of course I remember you. It's the username that gets confusing. Phenomenal start, by the way. Jaden Daniels at the 109. I mean, I'll keep saying it till the what is it? The pigs come home? No, the cow. What's coming home? The cows come home? When pigs fly, I'll say it till the cows come home. It's cows, right? Please, somebody help me. I'm drowning up here. I'm absolutely bombing. What is coming home? The cows? I think it's the cows. Mouth likes his start of Alan Achan. It's nice. Bold take. Brock Bowers is a top 10 startup pick by year end. He was he was that last year, wasn't he? Like a 1-2 turn pick. This is definitely not. That is definitely not the saying. Thank you, JMO. We have an adult in the chat. The cows come home. Yeah, that sounded better. But I was thinking pigs. It's not pigs. It's definitely not pigs. Patrick Mahomes at the 301. Rashee Rice at the 302. I like Joe. Oh my God. This is funny because like you wouldn't have to do this at the 101 because Chase falls sometimes. But getting Chase Burrow at the 101 is insane. Look at this. This is why you don't take quarterbacks. Jackson Dart as my QB1 at the 307. I have him as a mid-second round pick ranked. Yeah, I can easily see that too. Like Bowers, okay, look, let me whisper it. Bowers could be in the JSN role. He could. Clint Kubiak, pocket passing quarterback. I'm just saying. Mike Washington in the Zach Charbonnet role. No, I don't think that happens, but I think Bowers is great. I think Bowers is really good. I'm drafting him a ton on Underdog right now. You know what? Corey keeps on. Corey Bush from FSE keeps talking about how the Ontario Gaming Association is like working really hard to get the DFS stuff legal again, so that I'd be able to do underdog drafts where I am. If that could happen before the season starts, like if that could happen in like June, that would be freaking phenomenal, dude. Zach is signing a deal with the Bears tomorrow to be in the JSN role. Well, the JSN role doesn't exist on the Bears, Zach. I was talking about Clint Kubiak. An exclusive for the Sammy Stacks fantasy stream. Yeah, I mean, hey. Olamide Zaccheaus needs a backup. Is he on the Bears? I think he's on the Bears, right? Or no, Khalif Raymond. Khalif Raymond needs a backup, and so it's good that you're there for that. Somebody's got to fill his water bottle. Somebody's got to hold his jock strap. And I'm really happy that that's going to be you. It didn't exist, but it does now. Okay. No, I can see it. I can see it for sure. Where you will lose an insider. You're the insider that breaks your own news? Do you break anybody else's news? Or is it only when it's about you? Wow. Trevor Lawrence at the 406. This is wild. See, yeah, I feel like there's more of like a role available for you in Washington. Plus, like, it's your favorite team. You know? I would like to see him in Washington as well. I'll break any news people give. You give it to me, I'll break it. Give it to me. I can break it. I promise to never check sources. See, this is an honorable reporter right here. That's really funny. Burden at the 401. Call your shot, man. I like it. He's my 38th ranked player, I think, so it's not crazy. This draft is a little wild. JSN Bowers, Dart, Trevor Lawrence. It's kind of nuts. I love Brasky's start as well. May, Jefferson, Loveland, Egbuka is phenomenal. I really like Joe's start too. Puka, Hurts, Garrett Wilson, Jordan Tyson, DP at the top of the board, Chase, Burrow, Ken Walker, Burden. There are a lot of good values, and I'm hoping I get another one to fall to me here at the 507. We shall see what Frizz does. Frizz goes Mendoza, who's top of expert ADP. Okay, there's three guys that I am looking at that I would like at this pick. Now, I'll probably get none of them. And I'll be sad. But we shall see. By the way, as we get close to the end here, for anybody who is new, who has not, I'm seeing a lot of new faces, a lot of new usernames in the chat here. I stream every Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, doing some kind of mock draft. It'll be Dynasty Superflexes for the rest of May. For sure. And I will do some more as we head into the redraft season, but then I'll start doing redraft mocks as well. So subscribe to the channel, like the stream, stick around, come on back next Saturday. Turn on notifications as well if you want to be notified when I go live. Do all the things. Do all the things. I really appreciate you all hanging out for me. This has been a ton of fun tonight. Jarian Price and Breece Hall off the board. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have an amazing Sunday, Zach. It is Sunday morning for Zach right now. Have an amazing evening, sir. Amazing day. William, how is your rainbow start? I'm guessing your Steelers by Will. Bijan Robinson, Trey McBride, Carnell Tate, Bo Nix. I like it. I like it. Ooh, okay. So I am going to go with. I'm going to go Chase Brown here. Get my first running back off the board. Kev says reviews soon. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. I got to work my way up, you know? I can't we got to get there. I got to get some more reps in with the content streets before I jump into the to the paid advice stuff. But I appreciate that. Bold take from Vincent. Ladd McConkey is the JSN of this upcoming year. I don't think he's good enough to do it. I think the situation is there, right? Like, this offense should be very, very good. Offensive line back healthy, new, high-powered offensive coordinator. Clear opportunity for, like, a dominant target earner, number one kind of guy. I like the take. There's a few guys, like, if I had to say who's the JSN of this year, there's a few other guys I might pick. But I don't think it's crazy. It's a bold take, right? You're always going to be able to poke holes in in something like that. Wyatt knows who I want. You don't know anything. What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? You don't know me. Is Ladd even the number? I mean, hey, if you ask Mason Dodd, he's definitely not. Get Zach on as a guest for review session channel. See, that's the thing. It's good that I'm doing the reviews with Zach. It's helping me sort of just get into that mindset. Because, like, I could look at a team and say where I would take it. There's just a lot that goes into that process. Brian Thomas Jr. at the 606 is highway robbery. I would have taken him at the 507. I would have done it. I love this team. I am obsessed with this team. Jackson Dart and Trevor Lawrence, Chase Brown at running back, JSN Brian Thomas. We have Brock Bowers as our tight end. I think I'm just this predictable, aren't I? I'm nothing if not consistent. So we'll finish out this draft, guys, and then I will get out of here. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. We're about halfway through now. If you have any questions that you want me to get to before we call it a night, throw them in the chat. I'm happy to answer them. Anything. Doesn't even have to be NFL fantasy football related. All right. Anything I will talk about. See, this is bold. Didn't he do this last year though? I think he did this last year. Ladd played 16 games. He had 180 PPR points. Huge played 14 games, 171. But Huge had 12.23 points per game. Ladd McConkey, 11.3. So Huge did outproduce him in points per game this past year. So I don't think this is insanely bold. It's definitely not consensus by any means. But he did this literally last year. I am not projecting Brian Thomas Jr. to be traded at this point. It was a wish sort of at the beginning of the offseason. But one of those things where, like, my main take with BTJ to start the offseason, and it's developed, and I've talked about it numerous times, but I think that Liam Cohen will either see this, either he'll be traded, which he wasn't, and I don't think he will be, or he'll be like, I gotta figure out how to get this 1,200-yard wide receiver back on track. And I think that the offense he'll be much more featured. Wild Dog getting Jamison Williams at the 702 is just phenomenal. Really, really good. So no, I'm not projecting him to be traded. I did talk a bunch about Brian Thomas Jr. in my wide receiver rankings video, which is on the channel, the most recent video posted. So if you haven't yet watched that, go check it out. There are chapters. It's the tier, so you won't really know where BTJ is. But I'd really appreciate it if you watch that. And my lengthy take about Brian Thomas is in that video. Okay. The highest guy on my board is a quarterback. I'm not going to take him, though, because I have to. What do I do here? Who is higher in the expert average? Okay. I'm going to take Mr. Josh Jacobs at the 707 here. RB2. I don't think this team needs to like try and win it all this year. Obviously, my running back room says that. But if things are going poorly during the season, I have enough youth here that I could sell off these pieces and sort of punt if it's not going well after a few weeks. Like, let's say that, the Raiders are slow to start. Dart is slow to start. The Jags stack here isn't producing the way we want it to. So I'll take Josh Jacobs. This team can go either way, which I think it's good to be flexible out of a startup. If you're not going to do like the full punt, right, where you're trading down, collecting future picks, that kind of thing, I think being balanced is the best way to go. Give yourself options. It's always good to have options. Alec Pierce goes next. KC Cooper. Kyler to DP. Wow. I really like the team DP. I would have taken BTJ over Marv, of course. We all know this. But I really, really like the team. Malik Willis at the 802, Shout out Joe. Oh, it's getting close to my bedtime, fellas. It's getting close. Okay, and the guy I was considering falls back to me, Jordan Addison at the 806. You love to see it. You love it when a plan comes together, You just love it when a plan comes together. DJ Moore at the 807. Any crazy values in here? Obviously, J-Mo. I said this in the wide receiver rankings video. I'm even more ahead of consensus on J-Mo than I am Brian Thomas. BTJ is just a bigger profile, so, it gets all the attention. But, yeah. It feels to me like people are ranking Jameson Williams as if, the end of the late season surge was 12 points per game and not 16. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. I might say it's probable. Ty Simpson at the 808 to Brasky. I like that pick as well. I like what Brasky's cooking here. I really do. I really, really do. Vincent, love me some Jalen Naylor as a nice sleeper this year. Played with Kirk in Minnesota. I think from a best ball perspective, he could be a good pick. They just don't have a wide receiver one, right? It's him, Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, Dante Thornton. I think that one of the vets who hasn't signed yet could be a Raider, a Debo, a Stephon Diggs. Could put a little cold water on that, but yeah, I don't mind it as a dynasty asset. I honestly, being perfectly honest, I don't care about him. I don't think. Here's the thing with somebody like Jalen Naylor. He only has value if you ever are at a point where when you can start him, right? And I don't think he is. I don't think he can get to that point where you're oh, this is a good matchup. I know I can start Jalen Naylor. I don't think he ever reaches that. It's gonna be so random. Same with Trey Tucker. Crazy how Laporta is falling 801. Is that really that crazy for Laporta? 801? That doesn't feel that nuts. DeAndre Swift goes. Give me Chuba. Give me Chuba Hubbard at the 907. I sent a late second round pick for Chuba Hubbard in a league. I posted on X, and people freaked out. People are so unbelievably obsessed. By the way, follow me on X at SammyStacks _. I try to post some intriguing stuff, like complaining about the Titans not getting any primetime games. But I posted this. Please go send your late second round picks for Chuba Hubbard, which please do. You won't regret it. And I was shocked how many of the replies are just like, oh no, it's Jonathan Brooks. What do you mean? It's Jonathan Brooks. Jonathan Brooks is gonna be the guy there. I don't know, man. Like, Jonathan Brooks since November 11th, 2023. 2 ACL tears, 3 NFL games. I explain it to me. Rick, look, I appreciate you so much, man. Honestly, it is rare. It is honestly truly rare, and I want everybody to, really take this in. It is rare to see this much commitment to the bit. It's honestly, it's impressive. It's admirable. Xavier Worthy at the 1006. And I truly appreciate it greatly. Your commitment to the bit. I love it. Rick is an OG. Rick's been in the streams ever since I started him. #1 Raiders fan. When Fernando Mendoza lifts that Super Bowl, I'm going to think about you, Rick. I'm going to think about you. Finish the bevy just in time. We got 2 rounds left here, and then I'm going to head out. If we are loyal to the nation. If anybody has any other questions, like I said, drop them in the chat. Happy to answer them. No matter how football or non-football related they are. We had DK Metcalf right afterwards. Is Michael Pittman off the board? He's not. That's a mistake. Or is he? Am I tripping? No, he is. See, this is correct. See, we know what we're doing. Michael Pittman ahead of DK Metcalf. Who do I think makes the Super Bowl this year? Ooh, this is good. Who do I think makes the Super Bowl this year? Early prediction. Give me... This is tough. I feel like it's a very open year. I really do. Okay, I have my NFC team. I need my AFC team. This is tough, man. Okay, no. I have it. This is fun. I've gone a little bit off. This is not chalk. I've gone a little bit off the beaten path. May 16th, Super Bowl prediction. The Detroit Lions against the Denver Broncos. Why, do you ask? Well, that's for me to decide. No, I think that the Lions have like the easiest schedule in the league in terms of win totals. I think they cruise the regular season. I think they're firing on all cylinders. Maybe they get the 1 seed in the bye. I didn't even see this, Wyatt. Maybe they get the bye week. Jeremy is a really good pick there, by the way. Maybe the Lions get the bye week, which I would like. Or which I could see happening, win a few playoff games in the Super Bowl. And the Broncos, like, add an elite weapon, in my opinion, to their passing attack. I'll go Tony Pollard here. Add an elite weapon to their passing attack in Jalen Waddle. The defense is phenomenal. I think Jonah Coleman only makes that run game more solid. Like, they probably beat the Patriots if Bo Nix is healthy. So, I will absolutely do so, my friend. I will absolutely look at the team. Vincent's going Chiefs-Rams. Could very easily happen. Knicks is Super Bowl MVP. You could see it. I'd probably take the Lions in that game, but last action here. I hope you are having a wonderful night, man. You caught us right at the end here. After this draft, we will be calling it, but I appreciate you stopping in. I really do. You traded Rice and Jordan Tyson. Rice for Jordan Tyson and a mid to late 2027 second. Thoughts? I probably would have wanted a little bit more, but you're unloading so much risk with Rashee Rice into Jordan Tyson that I'm perfectly fine with it, honestly. I really am. They beat Seattle if Knicks is healthy. That's bold. That is definitely bolder. Ooh, I can make a fun pick here if Vince doesn't ruin my life. He doesn't. Okay. With my final pick, I'm going to go Josh Downs. I love this team. I really, really like this team. We'll go over it in the power rankings after if anybody wants me to do a thorough review. I'm going to look at Mouth's team. If anybody else wants me to take a look. If you think you drafted terribly and you don't want me to look, that's fine too. Told the Broncos fan I was going to start up with this offseason to break a leg before the draft. That's funny. That's on brand for you, Rick. It's a tough division, Rick. Like, to have to climb through the frickin' Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos as, you know, the little Raiders with their rookie quarterback and first-time head coach. Fewer uphill battles have been... Less uphill battles have been won. I'm going to go with that. Don't look that up. Yeah, it's tough, man. That's gonna be difficult. Like the Raiders could very easily go 0-6 in the division this year. Like even Rick would admit that's in the range of outcomes. Now I guarantee you he won't admit that. He'll say no shot. We're going 6-0. But I think we gotta account for the bias. DePoro, so happy you were able to hang out tonight. Thanks for stopping in. Make sure to subscribe. I'm here every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, so you were at the one hole then, eh? You were DP. Getting the Burrow Chase stack, dude. Yeah, phenomenal. Let's see. I actually won the expert rankings in this one. Yeah, DP, I really liked your team. Burden as well. Walker Scattaboo. The Burrow Chase stack is awesome, obviously. I really like this team. Dart, T-Law, phenomenal quarterback room. Chase Brown, Jacobs, Chuba Pollard. It's definitely leans contender, of course. JSN, BTJ, Jordan Addison, Xavier Worthy, Josh Downs, and we get the tight end one. Wyatt, you ended up third in my rankings. Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff. Really, really strong. Travion, Travis Etienne. I'm doing Etienne. I don't care. I'm done with it. J.K. Dobbins. Malik Neighbors, George Pickens, Ladd McConkey, Devontae Adams, Michael Pittman, Chris Godwin. Yeah, this team could win it all this first year. You probably need another running back. But if you get the nuts with Travion and he hits, you are, you're laughing. George Kittle as well. Mouth, we're going to look at Mouth's team. Allen Herbert, obviously really good. HN Bucky, Monty, I really like that. Nico, Zay, Omar Cooper, huge, super solid. You're ranked 11th, but I think that this is a super solid wide receiver room out of a startup with like no trading, obviously. Sadiq and Kincaid. I like it a lot. It's super, super solid. If I look at the board, is there anything I would have done differently? Yeah, I'm a little lower on Nico. I might have gone younger there. But other than that, you played it really well. It's unfortunate. I think, like, yeah, you could have gotten... Me, personally, I have, like, Nix, Lawrence, Purdy, Herbert all in one tier. You would have been able to get one of them at the 403, but you didn't miss out on a ton here. Rick's looking at 2028 at the earliest. All the people saying otherwise make me chuckle. He's realistic. That's good to hear. The baby goat needs to grow. Then we had Jeremiah Smith or Coleman as wide receiver 1. Dude. I think the Raiders could be like the bottom 5 team. They could, obviously. That's the only way you're getting Jeremiah Smith. Like, I would be on May 16th. Obviously, I can say whatever I want. But I would be surprised at this point if Jeremiah Smith wasn't the first non-quarterback off the board next year. Yeah, Mouth. I mean, this is so close. Look, I got what were the crazy values I got? I got BTJ like 20 picks after I have him ranked. Dart and Lawrence, I got really good values, all this kind of stuff. The rankings system on our site does not take into account, despite the stacks. You mean, yeah, no, we don't take into account stacks for dynasty drafts at all. You were 11th. Is that in the expert average? You were 11th? No. You were 2nd in the expert. Where were you 11th? Because you were 4th in mine. Dolphins I mean, they project to. Cardinals, maybe. Browns. Those 3, I think, would probably be. Vincent used to flock hating my draft. Hey, man. There's nothing that says that these 8 people are going to be right about everything, you know? Now, this one, of course. BTJ has dropped off so much off of one bad season where the entire team was bad. It's crazy. Hey, man. I wouldn't say the entire team was bad. Trevor Lawrence was phenomenal down the stretch, which is why a lot of people are worried about BTJ not producing when Trevor Lawrence was really good. The fact that Jacoby Myers was good and Parker Washington was pretty good during that stretch. I obviously ignore those people. I don't listen to them. But thank you all so much for hanging out tonight. Really, really do appreciate it. This was a ton of fun. A ton of concurrence, all stream pretty much from like the 30-minute mark. Got to engage with the chat a bunch. And we can end it off on this. Wyatt knows ball. BTJ 101. Yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out tonight. I will be live, of course, again next Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, just like this week, just like every week. Leave a like on the stream as you head out. Go watch the wide receiver ranking video if you haven't already. I think there's a lot of good nuggets in there. You can get my thought process on where I have a lot of these guys going into the 2026 season. Really appreciate all of you. And running back rankings should be out hopefully Monday. So look out for that. Turn the notifications on so you don't miss a video. Thank you all once again. I'll say it a million times for hanging out with me. Really, really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your night. Have a wonderful Sunday. And I'll catch you all later. Peace out. All love.